Have you recently been caught speeding and you're unsure if you can go to court for it? I'll talk you through the court process and what to expect if you've been caught speeding. If you receive a speeding ticket, you'll get 3 points on your licence and a minimum fee of £100. However, the amount of the fine will vary based on the severity of the offence. You may also be offered a speed awareness course instead of points. Depending on the circumstances, you may need to go to court if you want to challenge the ticket or if you were driving well over the limit. But what happens if you are caught speeding? A notice of intended prosecution, it's called an NIP for short, outlining the details will be forwarded to the owner of the vehicle in question, as well as a document known as a Section 172 notice. You then have 28 days to complete the Section 172 notification declaring who was driving the car at the time of the offence. After the NIP has been returned, they'll send you an offer of a fixed penalty notice subject to certain conditions. That's an FPN. You have the option of either paying the fine and having the points taken from your licence, or taking a speed awareness course, or contesting the fine in court. If you decide to challenge the ticket, the court needs to find the evidence that you were going over the limit in order to uphold the fine. It's not a valid defence to say that you didn't intend to speed or that you were unaware that you were speeding or that you just went over the limit for a very short period of time. They won't buy it. If you have 8 points or more on your licence or were driving majorly over the speed limit, the police may opt to prosecute you in court. A court summons will be delivered to your address in this case. You do have the right to appeal the speeding charge that was given to you if you disagree with it. But unless you can establish that you weren't speeding, you weren't driving at the time the violation was committed, there wasn't an adequate sign indicating the speed limit anywhere, it was not your car that got caught going over the speed limit, or someone stole your car, then it's unlikely that a fine will be overturned. If you or your legal representation believe that you have a good chance of having the ticket overturned, you'll need to fill out a plea and mitigation form and send it back to the court. You have the option of pleading not guilty or guilty while citing extenuating circumstances. It's possible to enter a guilty plea by mail in most cases if you're not going to be disqualified from driving, and there are mitigating circumstances. You'll be able to explain in your statement of mitigation the reasons why you were speeding and why this justifies a less severe penalty than what was originally proposed. If it's determined that you're guilty, you might receive a fine of up to £1,000 or £2,500 if you were speeding on a motorway, and you'll also receive points on your licence. If you do decide to go down the court route, I'd strongly advise you to get legal representation because it's a very difficult fine to turn over. If you're still trying to make up your mind about whether it's worth it and you want a professional opinion, then you might benefit from speaking to an online solicitor, just like JustAnswer. You can ask them as many questions as you want in the online chat, and they're currently offering a £5 trial. What I'll do is I'll leave the link to them below the video, and if you do use it, then you'll be supporting thrifty families, so thanks.